Welcome to another deep dive.
hmm
Today, we're taking you to Italy to explore
Okay.
a role called the Tecnico del Comportamento, or TDC.
Okay.
And you can think of it as like the Italian version of a behavior technician,
Okay.
someone who plays a vital role in helping children with autism.
Yeah.
And the cool part is,
Yeah.
all of our sources for this deep dive are in Italian.
Wow.
So we're getting a really
Oh, very cool.
cool look at
Yeah.
how this profession is approached in another culture.
It's really fascinating to see how the Italian approach
Yeah.
aligns with, but also differs from practices in other parts of the world.
So let's unpack exactly who a TDC is and what they do.
So TDC works directly with children, especially those on the autism spectrum,
Okay.
to implement care plans that are designed to help these kids navigate daily life and develop important skills. But here's the thing. They don't just jump in and improvise. They always operate under the supervision of a certified behavior analyst, someone with the credentials to make sure the care provided is both evidence-based
Yeah.
and tailored to the specific needs of each child.
That makes sense. You want to make sure everyone's on the same page and
Sure.
following best practices.
Absolutely. The supervising analyst could be an 8AC, IBA, or BCBA.
Yeah.
These are all different types of certified behavior analysts. Think of them as like the architects of the care plan. Well, the TDC is the skilled builder, bringing that plan to life
Oh, okay.
in the child's day-to-day environment.
Okay, so it's a very collaborative role.
Exactly.
It's not just the TDC and the child. There's a whole team involved.
You've got the TDC working closely with the supervising analyst, and then you've got families, doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals all playing a part.
Yeah.
This collaborative approach is essential because it ensures that the child's care is well-rounded
Okay.
and addresses all of their needs.
So I'm really curious about what a typical day looks like for a TDC. What are some of the specific activities they might engage in?
Well, imagine a TDC might start their day by attending a meeting with the child's family and the supervising analyst to discuss progress and make adjustments to the care plan.
Okay.
Later, they might work directly with the child,
Okay.
helping them with daily routines like getting dressed or eating breakfast.
It sounds like they need a lot of patience and flexibility
Yeah.
to handle all the different situations that come up.
You hit the nail on the head.
Mm.
A TDC needs to be adaptable and responsive to the child's needs, which can change from moment to moment.
Yeah.
One of the most important aspects of their work is teaching new skills,
Uh-huh.
both to enhance the child's abilities and to address any challenging behaviors.
So it's not just about managing behavior. It's about empowering the child to learn and grow.
Right.
What stood out to me in the Italian sources was the emphasis on data collection.
Yeah.
It's not just about doing the activities. It's about meticulously tracking progress.
Right. And in these Italian sources, we see some really interesting techniques being used. For example, some TDCs use a method called ABC recording, where they record the antecedent, behavior, and consequence of specific behaviors.
Oh,
This helps them understand what triggers certain behaviors and what reinforces them.
okay.
It's not just about reacting to a tantrum, it's about uncovering the why behind it.
I see.
This data then feeds back into the care plan,
Okay.
allowing for constant refinement and optimization.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like detective work, figuring out the patterns,
Yeah.
and then using that information to help the child succeed.
Exactly. And speaking of success,
Yeah.
one of the key areas where TDCs focus is on teaching skills that can reduce problematic behaviors. The idea is to give the child the tools they need to communicate their needs effectively and cope with challenging situations.
Okay.
It's all about replacing those unwanted behaviors with more positive and functional ones.
You know, it's interesting to me that the Italian sources really highlight the TDC's role in supporting families, not just the child.
That's a crucial aspect of the TDC's work, and it's something we see emphasized in these Italian sources. TDCs work hand in hand with families, empowering them with the knowledge and strategies to navigate the unique challenges of raising a child with autism.
Can you give us some examples of how they provide that support?
Imagine a TDC sitting down with a family to help them create a visual schedule for their child.
Okay.
This could involve using pictures or symbols to represent different activities throughout the day, providing the child with a clear and predictable routine.
I see.
Or think about a TDC role-playing different social scenarios with the child and parents, teaching the child how to interact appropriately with others.
Okay.
They might even introduce techniques like social stories, which are short narratives that help children understand and navigate various social situations.
So it's about giving families practical tools and techniques they can use in their everyday lives.
Exactly. It's not just about therapy sessions. It's about equipping families to support their child's development in every aspect of life.
No, I think it's important to take a moment to clarify what a TDC doesn't do. There are some clear boundaries to their role, right?
You're absolutely right. While they are highly skilled professionals, there are limitations to their scope of practice.
Okay.
For instance, a TDC cannot diagnose autism or any other medical or behavioral condition.
Right.
That falls under the expertise of a qualified medical professional.
And as you mentioned earlier, they're not the ones developing the overarching behavioral intervention plans.
Right.
That's the responsibility of the supervising analyst.
That's right. The supervising analyst brings their in-depth knowledge of applied behavior analysis to create a customized plan for each child. And the TDC then implements that plan under their guidance.
So while a TDC is deeply involved in the day-to-day care of the child, they always work within the framework set by the supervising analyst.
That's a great way to put it. They are skilled practitioners, but they are not making independent clinical decisions. Everything they do is in alignment with the supervising analyst's expertise
Okay.
and the established protocols.
It sounds like a really interesting and challenging role.
Mhm.
What are some of the key qualities that would make someone successful as a TDC?
Well, first and foremost, you need someone who is passionate about working with children with autism and their families.
That makes sense. You're dealing with some very sensitive situations, so you need someone who is genuinely invested in the well-being of the child.
Right. And beyond that, you need someone who is patient, empathetic, and has excellent communication skills. Remember, they're interacting with children who might have difficulty expressing themselves.
Right.
So being able to understand and respond to nonverbal cues is essential.
You also need someone who can think on their feet and adapt to changing situations, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Flexibility is key in this role, as is a strong sense of organization and time management. You're juggling multiple tasks, collaborating with a team, and collecting data, so you need to be on top of everything.
It sounds like a demanding but incredibly rewarding profession.
It certainly is. And as we delve further into these Italian sources, we'll uncover even more insights into the unique challenges and rewards of being a tecnico del comportamento. You know, one thing that really struck me going through these Italian materials
Yeah.
is how the TDC role seems to be evolving,
Okay.
particularly in the context of Italy's healthcare system.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It feels like there's a growing awareness of the importance of early intervention for children with autism.
Right.
And the TDC seems to be playing a more prominent role in that process.
Precisely. And as awareness grows,
Uh-huh.
so does the demand for skilled TDCs.
Yeah.
These Italian sources suggest there's a real push to professionalize the role even further, with an increased emphasis on specialized training and certification.
That makes me wonder about the path someone would take to become a TDC in Italy. Is it a specific degree program or is it more about on-the-job training?
It's a bit of both, actually.
Okay.
While there isn't a specific TDC degree, a strong foundation in psychology or a related field is typically required.
Good.
What's becoming increasingly common are specialized training programs in applied behavior analysis, specifically tailored to the TDC role.
So it's about combining that theoretical understanding of behavior
Oh.
with the practical skills needed to work directly with children.
Exactly. These programs delve into things like behavioral assessment, intervention techniques, data collection, and analysis,
Yeah.
all crucial skills for a TDC. And, of course, practical experience is invaluable. Many aspiring TDCs in Italy gain hands-on experience through internships or supervised fieldwork in settings like schools, clinics, or even in families' homes.
It sounds like the training is very comprehensive,
Yeah.
preparing them for the diverse challenges they'll face in this role.
It is. And the learning doesn't stop there.
Oh, okay.
These Italian sources really stress the importance of ongoing professional development for TDCs,
Right.
keeping them updated on the latest research and best practices. After all, the field of applied behavior analysis is constantly evolving,
Right.
so it's crucial for TDCs to stay ahead of the curve.
This makes me think about how technology might be changing the landscape for TDCs.
Yeah,
I imagine there are tools and resources that can make their jobs easier and more efficient.
absolutely. Technology is playing an increasingly significant role in how TDCs work. And this is definitely reflected in these Italian sources. For instance, there are now sophisticated software programs and mobile apps specifically designed to support TDCs in their work.
Oh, wow.
These tools can help with things like data collection, treatment planning, and even communication with families and the supervising analyst.
Wow, that's amazing. I can see how that would streamline things and allow for more real-time feedback and adjustment.
Exactly. Technology can also help bridge geographical gaps. For example, TDCs working in rural areas can use video conferencing for supervision sessions with their analysts,
Uh-huh.
ensuring they receive expert guidance no matter where they are.
It's fascinating to see how technology is breaking down barriers and making specialized care more accessible. Thinking about the Italian context specifically,
Yeah.
where are some of the typical places where a TDC might work? Is it mostly in clinical settings?
Not at all. While clinics are certainly one common setting, TDCs in Italy can be found working in a variety of environments.
Okay.
For example, you might find them in schools,
Okay.
supporting students with autism in inclusive classrooms, helping them learn and socialize alongside their peers.
I can see how valuable that would be, having someone with that specialized expertise right there in the classroom.
Absolutely. And they might also provide home-based services, working directly with families to create a supportive and structured environment for their child.
Yeah.
This could involve things like helping families establish consistent routines, implement visual supports, or teach the child essential life skills.
It sounds like the TDC's role can really extend beyond the traditional therapy setting and into the community as well.
You're exactly right. Some TDCs even work in community settings,
Hmm.
facilitating social groups, organizing recreational activities, or helping individuals with autism access resources and support within their communities.
It sounds like a profession with a lot of variety and the opportunity to make a real impact on people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear that you need a certain set of skills and knowledge to be a TDC, but what about personality traits?
Yeah.
What kind of person would thrive in this role?
That's a great question. Beyond the technical skills, certain personality traits are essential for success as a TDC.
Okay.
First and foremost, patience is key.
Uh-huh.
Working with children with autism can be challenging,
Yeah.
and it requires a calm and understanding demeanor, even in the face of challenging behaviors.
I imagine empathy is also crucial, the ability to put yourself in the child's shoes and understand their perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A TDC needs to be able to build a trust and rapport with the child. And that comes from a place of genuine empathy and understanding.
And what about creativity? I bet that comes in handy when designing engaging and effective learning activities.
You're spot on. Each child is unique, so a TDC needs to be able to think outside the box, tailoring activities to the child's interests and learning style.
Yeah.
Being able to keep things fun and engaging is key to motivating the child and maximizing their learning potential.
It sounds like you need a special kind of person to do this work, someone who is dedicated, compassionate, and resourceful. As we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways you'd like to leave our listener with about the TDC role, particularly from this Italian perspective?
Well, I think it's clear that the Técnico del Comportamiento plays a vital role in the lives of children with autism and their families. They are the ones on the ground putting those carefully crafted care plans into action,
Right.
helping children learn, grow, and thrive.
And what's especially interesting is that the TDC's role seems to be evolving,
Yeah,
becoming even more specialized and integrated into the broader healthcare system.
that's right. As awareness and understanding of autism grow, so too will the demand for skilled TDCs.
Yeah.
It's a profession with a bright future and the potential to make a profound impact on the lives of countless individuals.
I think what resonated with me most from these Italian sources is the emphasis on collaboration, the TDC working closely with the supervising analyst, families, educators, and other healthcare professionals. It's truly a team effort to support the child's well-being.
And that collaborative spirit, combined with a dedication to evidence-based practice and a deep compassion for children with autism,
Right.
that makes the Técnico del Comportamiento such a vital and rewarding profession.
It's easy to get caught up in the technical aspects of the TDC role,
Right.
but what really shines through in these Italian sources is the
Right.
deep human connection at the heart of this work.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing the individual behind the diagnosis,
Right.
understanding their unique strengths and challenges, and celebrating every milestone, no matter how small.
I imagine it must be incredibly rewarding for a TDC
Yeah.
to witness those moments of progress.
Right.
Seeing a child make strides in their communication, social skills,
Yeah.
or independence.
You're right. Those are the moments that make all the hard work worthwhile. Seeing a child who once struggled to express their needs
Right.
Yeah.
now confidently communicate using words,
Yeah.
gestures, or pictures, or witnessing a child overcome their fear of social interaction and engage with their peers.
Yeah.
Those are the victories that fuel a TDC's passion.
It's a powerful reminder that beyond the data and the interventions,
Right.
there's a human story unfolding, a story of resilience,
Yeah.
determination, and the unwavering bond between a TDC and the
Right.
child they're supporting.
And let's not forget the families.
Yeah, of course.
TDCs play a crucial role in empowering parents and caregivers with the knowledge and skills to become their child's best advocates and champions.
It's about equipping families to navigate the challenges,
Right.
celebrate the triumphs, and create a loving and supportive environment where their child can flourish.
Exactly. And speaking of flourishing,
Yeah.
I think it's worth highlighting the TDC's role in promoting inclusion.
Okay.
This is a theme that comes up repeatedly in these Italian sources.
You're right. It's not just about helping children with autism adapt to the world. It's about creating a world
Right.
that is more accepting and inclusive of neurodiversity.
TDCs are at the forefront of this movement,
Okay.
advocating for inclusive classrooms, accessible community spaces,
Yeah.
and opportunities for individuals with autism to participate fully in all aspects of life.
They are truly agents of change, breaking down barriers
Yeah.
and fostering a society that values and embraces the unique contributions of every individual.
And that brings us to a final thought I'd like to leave with you.
Okay.
These Italian sources offer a glimpse into a specific cultural context, but the principles they highlight are universal. The need for skilled and compassionate individuals to support children with autism and their families is global.
So whether you're in Italy,
Yeah.
the United States, or anywhere else in the world, if you're drawn to a career that combines scientific knowledge with human connection and the opportunity to make a real difference,
Yeah.
exploring the TDC role might be a path worth considering.
And remember, the insights we've gained from this deep dive into the Italian approach
Right.
can be applied wherever you are.
Okay.
The passion, dedication, and collaborative spirit of TDCs transcend geographical boundaries.
We hope this deep dive has shed light on this vital and often overlooked profession.
It's been a pleasure exploring this fascinating role with you.
And for our listeners,
Yeah.
we encourage you to keep diving deep, to continue seeking knowledge and understanding,
Right.
not only about the world of autism, but about all the diverse and fascinating ways humans connect, learn, and thrive.
Perhaps this deep dive has sparked your curiosity about the different ways autism is understood and addressed
Oh, okay.
across cultures.
Oh.
That could be an interesting avenue for you to explore further how cultural values
Yeah.
and societal structures influence the perception and treatment of autism.